Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of, I guess you can call this the news outlet of the Dynasty Basketball Association here. Um, week one happened. It's over. Everybody has a record, so it's exciting. It's a good start for some teams. Some teams probably upset with their start, me being one of them. So we'll kind of break down what happened in week one here. Saskatchewan Blue Beavers got the win over the Brazilian Tree Frogs. Albuquerque DEA got the win over Calvertsville. San Antonio got the win over the Cuckolders. International Pussycats got the win over the Swish Kebabs. And then Prestige Worldwide got the win over James Harden's Fat Suit. So we've got 5 undefeated teams, 5 winless teams. Teams looking to change that this week. Teams looking to keep it up this week. So it's going to be fun. Team of the week this week was Luka at point guard against San Antonio. He had 61 fantasy points that night. Shooting guard Zach LaVine at Detroit had 51 fantasy points. That was huge in San Antonio's win over the Cuckolders. That's a performance that Zach LaVine should be very proud of, and Mr. Tyler Hanson should be very proud of as well. Jason Tatum at New York, he had 47 fantasy points that night. He's a small forward of the week. Power forward of the week, Anthony Davis, at home against Phoenix, had 48 fantasy points. That was a big chunk of Saskatchewan's fantasy points this week that ended up handing me my first L. Center of the week, none other than Nikola Jokic of the Denver Nuggets, at home against the Lakers on opening night. He had 58 fantasy points. But yeah, week one was good. I was very impressed with some teams. Some teams moved up in the power rankings a decent amount. Others moved down, my team being one of them. A few others kind of taking that decline as well. They'll be looking to change that around and get that going the opposite direction. So let's dive into week 2 power rankings. These are something that I really kind of didn't want to weigh week 1 too heavily in. I want these power rankings to kind of be like a college basketball ranking, right? Like number 8 in the country loses to number 4 in the country at number 4 in the country. Well, they probably shouldn't move down that much because, they played a great team. So that's going to happen. So week 2 power rankings, number 1, Albuquerque remains at the number 1 spot. I think Sammy did a fantastic job drafting this team, trading for some really good value. I don't think he's going to be stopped anytime soon. Number 2, I have Prestige Worldwide. AJ also did a fantastic job drafting this team, especially for the fact that I'm pretty sure he had the 6th or 7th pick in the draft, and didn't really make any trades. It was pretty impressive to see the team he put together at that spot. At 3, I have the San Antonio Trash Pandas moving up 1 spot from 4 last week. Impressive victory over the Cuckolders. Cuckolders obviously a great team as well, led by the number 1 overall pick. Luka Doncic. San Antonio just overtook them, and it was impressive. They're a very deep team, and they're a force to be reckoned with. Definitely a playoff ball club. Number 4, I have the Cuckolders moving down 1 spot. I still think this team is a playoff team. The only reason they moved down, obviously, is because they were right above the team that they ended up playing last week, and they lost. So I moved them 1 down below them. They are the highest ranked 0-1 team so far. At number 5, we have the biggest jump of the week. Nick Poe, Saskatchewan Blue Beavers. They handed my team a fat L, and it was mad impressive. I think he's a much deeper team than I anticipated. I maybe put a chip on his shoulder, putting him at 8 last week, but he's way better than 8. He's definitely a team that can make a playoff run if his team continues to perform like they should. At number 6, I kept the Swish Kebabs here. They're the second 0-1 team to make the rankings. I do think they're better than the loss last week. I think they just ran into a buzzsaw, to be quite honest, in the International Pussycats, and they had a great week. And Swish Kebabs just were unfortunately the victim of that. So number 7, I have down 2 spots, James Harden's Fat Suit. I do think this team is still good. I think they very easily can turn this thing around real quick, and I know that Nick Helms is going to be looking to do that, and he's got me this week, so hopefully I am not the victim of that, but I could be. Calvertsville Flamers, I have them at 8. This was the most efficient team of the week. Wyatt did a great job managing this team. They got the maximum amount of, or almost the maximum amount of points they could have had in the week. So it was really cool to see that. Happy for Wyatt. Team did lose. I think they can bounce back though. Wyatt does a great job of managing. It's kind of like Popovich with the Spurs, even though Wyatt has Wembanyama as well. If he continues to manage the team as well as he is, they're gonna win some ball games just because of that. At number 9, moving up one spot, I have the International Pussycats. I was impressed with this team. I think they will continue to, if they continue to improve and they continue to prove themselves, even if that comes in losses, they'll continue to move up spots, because I was much more impressed than I thought I would be with this ball club. It was a good win week 1 as well. At number 10, I have myself, the Brazilian Tree Frogs. I don't think I'm the worst team in the league. I think my team played like the worst team in the league. I think in terms of what you would expect out of my ball club, they were extremely underwhelming. I'm specifically frustrated with Paolo Banchero and Josh Giddey's performances last week. I think they need to be the leaders of my team until Ja gets back, and they were not that. So hopefully that improves this week. Top free agents on the board. Number 1, I have a 21-year-old who averaged 23.33 points per game last week. That's Jalen Johnson of the Atlanta Hawks. Number 2 and number 3 are both 24-year-olds, and number 2 averaged 23.5 points per game. That's Naz Reid of the Minnesota Timberwolves, and number 3 is an Indiana Pacer, Aaron Nesmith, 24-year-old, averaging 22 fantasy points per game. So if you're looking to fill roster spots, if you're looking to kind of get rid of somebody who you're pretty upset with, look at those guys. Couple great wings and a good big man there to help your rosters. Let's dive deep into the week 2 preview. Now, this is the important stuff. This is the meat of it, right? First matchup here, I've got the San Antonio Trash Pandas versus the Swish Kebabs. I've got San Antonio as the -150 favorite here. I do have them as a -15.5 spread favorite. Swish Kebabs are +130, +15.5. I think San Antonio is just a little too loaded. I hope Swish Kebabs can put up a good effort, and hopefully they don't catch Luka on a heater. Next, I have the Saskatchewan Blue Beavers versus the International Pussycats. This is the only undefeated matchup of the week, so we will have one less, at least, undefeated team in the league after this one. I have Saskatchewan, my apologies, -200 as a -22.5 favorite over the International Pussycats. I think Saskatchewan's much deeper than I thought. I also think International maybe overachieved a hair. I don't say that as like a slight at them. I do think they're a good basketball team, but I don't see Jalen Duren continuing to be the best center, third best center in the NBA. Next, I do have Prestige Worldwide -180 versus the Calvertsville Flamers +150. I've got this spread at Prestige -19.5 here. I do think they could come out with a 20+ point win on Calvertsville. I think Wyatt's a great manager. I just think Prestige Worldwide is a loaded ball club, and they're going to be tough to beat. Next, I have myself, the Brazilian Tree Frogs. I've actually got myself as the -130 favorite over James Harden's Fat Suit +110. I only have this spread at -8.5. I have some faith in my team. I think we will bounce back. I think I have a very talented ball club in good spots that should be producing better than they did in week 1. So I'm not going to sway from that. And like I said, I think James Harden underachieved as well. I do think this matchup will be close, and I think it'll be a great scoring week for both of us. Matchup of the week here. Cuckolders remain in the matchup of the week. It's cool that same team has made it in the first 2 matchups, but they play the Albuquerque DEA. I've got Albuquerque as a slight favorite here, -130 over the Cuckolders, +110. I've only got this spread at -6.5 for Albuquerque. I think this is going to be a very close fantasy matchup here. I think Albuquerque is a little deeper as you get down the roster. So I do give them the slight edge, but the Cuckolders are a very impressive team. Lock of the week and upset of the week. I was 2-0 last week. These can be different teams. Last week I picked the same team for both, cashed them both, which is pretty cool. And so this week my lock of the week is going to be the San Antonio Trash Pandas. I think they're going to cover their spread against the Swish Kebabs, and I think Luka's going to be too much to handle. No offense to the Swish Kebabs, but I think they will drop to 0-2 if Luka continues to play like he is. Upset of the week, I would put on, I think James Harden's fat suit. I know that's kind of the easy pick. Plus 110 against my team would be my upset of the week pick. We're trying to, I hope not, obviously. I want to win. I'm going to try to win. I'm going to try to prove myself wrong. I do have myself as a slight favorite because of the potential of my team, but if I were to pick a team that's going to get upset, I would pick myself. So, without further ado, that was presented by DraftKings Sportsbooks. Not really, but kinda. And I'm looking forward to this week's matchups. I think there's a lot of potential out there for some things to shake up in week 2. We've got some games around the NBA tonight. Hopefully you have your lineups ready. And we'll see you on the week 2 recap and week 3 preview show, barring any huge news that I need to make a video of. So catch you then. Good luck this week, everybody, in your matchups. Play well, manage well, and yeah, we'll catch you later. See ya.